We're at this absolutely amazing, beautiful old house. And this is where we're investigating today. Just look at those beautiful doors. Somebody doesn't want to be on camera, so she's going to be standing behind me. Whoop, and I'm going to turn it around so that she can't be seen. There we go. But we're going to get some history on the place, so there'll be a little disembodied voice behind me, but really guys, you want to see the house and what it looks like inside, so you don't need to see us on this one. So, but I am going to ask, when was it built?
It was built in 80 by John Rounsevell, who became rich by supplying all the wood and lines for the the Adelaide to Darwin telegraph line.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
And he lived here until 1902, when he died of a heart attack after breakfast.
All right, so he did die in the house, didn't he?
He was walking out his bedroom door and dropped dead.
Okay, so we'll talk about this more on what's been happening in there as we take you around the house. So look how amazing. And I'm just going to show you this photograph, guys. This is what the house used to look like. How amazing is that?
Unfortunately, the verandas rotted and had to be taken down.
And you were talking about this, and I'm going to point it out where I find my finger. There you go. That room at the top.
This
here.
one on the right.
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
There's no floor in that room.
Oh, thank you, Kirsten.
But on occasion, lights are seen in there.
So look at the chandeliers. This is just one of the most amazing houses.
It's had quite a history. It was owned by the Rouncefells and then by the McBrides, but Mrs. McBride didn't like it, so she didn't live here.
I can't believe that. It's just...
Then it was owned by a Gallipoli veteran who ran it as a radiography business and lived here with his family. And then in the Second World War, we had the US officers from Sandy Creek here before they went off to war. And then it was a boarding house called Ulysses.
Right.
And then the club bought it in 1957.
Okay, so it's had quite a history for other things as well. The work in this room. I want my bedroom this colour, guys.
Apparently it used to have a ballroom, but we're not quite sure where that was.
It's just like, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
We think this is where one of the first X-ray machines was in Adelaide.
Oh, okay.
And the owner, he was the medical officer at Gallipoli, and then he came back and set up his X-ray business here.
Was that Knott?
Yes,
yes,
Harry
Dr.
Knott.
Harry Knott. Yeah, I've heard of his name.
The legend is that there's an X-ray machine buried in the cellar downstairs, but we've lost where the cellars are, so we don't know.
So we won't be going into the cellars tonight, guys. Oh, look at this. Look at the fireplace. Look at the decorations on it.
We use it. We use it we use it regularly.
Oh my goodness.
Now there's a ghost story for in here.
Oh, okay.
This is where we have diners quite a bit.
Yeah.
And one of our waitresses came in to clean up, and as she was doing that, there was banging on the glass doors over here.
Okay, this one over here.
Yes. And she opened the door and looked, and it was all locked up and no one was there. So she went back, and then she came to get some more dishes, etc., and it happened again.
So, like, did you say it was like a knocking? Like
yes, it's banging on the glass.
Somebody would try and get attention.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, this is the Gallipoli room.
Right.
The army room, the Gallipoli room.
Look at the
And that
shelves.
commemorates the members of the club who served in the wars.
Right. So now, where CAG is... Oh, thank you, Pete. Where CAG is, you've got a mirror story, haven't you?
Yes.
Because everybody has to have a mirror story, because that's a mirror up there, not a window, by the way.
I remember we're locking up at the end of the night, so everything was completely dark and there was no one in the club. And as you get a bit higher, you can actually see the landing of the stairs in the mirror.
Yeah.
And they saw a mature woman, that's how it was described, in old-fashioned clothes in the mirror. And they called out, and she disappeared out of the mirror, and they heard a door slam upstairs.
Right.
And they went through and checked everywhere, and there was no one there.
There's nobody there.
But these stairs are known for a small child. And our chef, his daughter-in-law and son got married here last year, and the bride and bridesmaids stayed here the night before the wedding, and they were kept awake all night by a child running up and down the stairs giggling.
Oh.
They got so scared that they pulled mattresses off the beds and all went into the one room for the night.
What we do, this is the mirror. You'll see me in the mirror, so yeah. There we go. So this is the mirror they're talking about. Up at the top there is a top landing, and that's where they said they saw the lady up there. So, and there's Craig getting ready.
I've already been asked to play cards, so I think I might indulge.
Oh, okay.
It's been a little weird.
Oh, that was me setting it off. It's been a bit weird. Why?
I was just telling Kay before when we were getting equipment out, I turned on my little obelisk here, put it over here, and I said, hello, is anyone here? Out of the obelisk came the word hi.
Oh, really?
So straight away.
We've got a story for as well.
Yeah, this is 101.
The club secretary stayed here overnight for an early morning start, and he spent the whole night feeling as if someone else was in the bed with him. And we've had several people who've complained that there's been a presence sitting on the bed or jumping over the bed. It couldn't turn on the lights.
Yeah.
And saw a reflection of a little girl in the window.
Okay.
You're being told about the story of the children running up down the stairs.
Yeah.
Out of the obelisk came children and noise at exactly the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's been weird ever since you went down there and started the videoing. Up here we've just got comment after comment, which has been really cool.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like coming
don't
into
like
this room either.
Oh, and here's this lady. I don't know if you know. So what was her full name? It was
Vivian Bullwinkle.
Vivian, that's it, Vivian Bullwinkle. And I was just reading or watching a show about her just yesterday, in fact. How's that for coincidence? And the thing that really, really stood out was when she was a Japanese prisoner of war. And they made her and some other nurses that was with her walk into the ocean up to their waist, and then the Japanese opened fire with their machine guns and killed them all. She actually played dead. She did get hit.
She got hit through the side and knocked off her feet.
Yeah, and then she just kind of played dead, and that's how she survived. But that would have been so. You just couldn't fathom it. That would be
The
so.
woman in the face and the woman in period costume and the child, we've had lots of sightings and lots of stories about the child running up and down the stairs and giggling. She's been seen sitting on the stairs, that sort of thing. But the man in the black coat with his head hanging down the stories have only been happening probably this year and up to as recently as last Monday.
Yeah. So if we go down the road of you've got a fairly large membership of pretty good trained observers, right? The people coming in through here, if they've had some active service, if they've been around and some of these are fairly high-ranking officers in their respective forces. Some of these guys are telling us some of these stories as well. So and also some of them aren't believing in it. So there's a real trying to juggle the two different sides.
A lot of our sightings have been by. A lot of them have been by staff. Yep. But the interesting one I found about the man in the black coat recently is that all three chefs saw it.
Oh, yeah.
It just wasn't one, it was all three of them saw the black shadow. One described it as a black shadow, one of them described it as a man in a black coat with his head hanging down. And we've had several sightings in the last few weeks. And it hasn't been by just one person, it's been...
We can sit around the table. Mm-hmm. For those who don't know, it's a ghost box. But as we say, people ask questions. We're kind of biased to what we want to hear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the headset on. I'm going to run the ghost box. I'm not going to hear the questions. And then I'm just going to call what I hear and just see what happens.
We've been We're going to spirits in here. Do you want to go to cards?
How old are you doing Estes?
Rose.
Is that your name? Is your name Rose? Can you tell me who the child is that's on the stairs?
I'm just going to change because there's something interfering with it.
I thought you were dancing for a second.
Yeah,
No,
that's
when
a
I
bit
put it up
strange.
to a certain level, it's just like this, and it's like there's something interfering with it. Oh, it's better here, a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Who's in this room with us?
I want to play cards with someone.
5.
That's how many people are here all together. There's 5 of us, isn't there?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you play cards with me? I feel left out.
Are you lost?
Can you
Play.
Can you stop distracting them? They now obviously want to play with me, Kag.
Do you want to play cards with Craig? If you want to play cards with Craig, can you say his name for me, please?
The other man.
What other man?
No one's called me a man before, Kag.
Mm.
Beth.
Was that your name?
Ooh. I know who that is.
Beth.
Yeah.
What card game would you like to play?
I want to play.
Okay. Okay, if you're listening to me, can you tell me what this card is? I'm going to show it to you. Can you tell me what you think it
Shoe.
is?
Is that shoe as in go away?
It's a bit hard to see that in camera. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So I'm holding up a card. Can you tell me what number is on it, please? Or what letter's on it? If it's a letter card.
8.
Oh no.
Can you do me a favour and tell me what colour the card is? They're usually red or black. It's hard for me to tell. Maybe you can tell me what
Polite. I think it was be polite.
Okay. We are being polite. We're always polite. Can you tell us who the man in the black coat is that's been seen recently?
Is there anything that's relevant?
That was pretty interesting.
Was it?
Mm.
Why?
Well, considering I held up a card and asked what it was, and you said the number 8,
Yeah.
it was 7, but it was pretty damn close. Right same time.
So
It was
when you asked, I gave an answer.
absolutely, yeah. Within a millisecond, I reckon.
Oh, okay. And
The
did you see what
radicals.
Rosemary said? That Rounsevell had a wife called Elizabeth. Or did you miss that comment?
I didn't see it. I can't.
Okay, Rosemary, our Google Queen,
Mm-hmm.
is doing some research while we're doing this, and she's found out that Beth here, he had a wife called Elizabeth. So there's 2 Elizabeths.
Okay, so 2 Elizabeths.
He was married, he had 2 wives called Elizabeth.
Well, that was handy.
So that's
2 lots of sisters.
2 lots of sisters, okay. Alright, so we're just wondering, somebody said Beth through my headphones.
K2 next to the window's going off too.
Is Beth here? It's very quiet voices.
Emma, Eliza, Elizabeth and Sarah.
There's someone here. It's just said. Who is it? Who is here? Can you give us your name, please? You too. Oh, I can give you my name. My name's Alison.
Could you just let me know what the number is on the card, please?
You don't want to play? That's all right. You don't have to.
We're looking for.
We're looking for. And again, just to be clear with this, all right, we're not saying this is bringing ghosts through. Just keeping the rational side. It is working on a ghost box radio, but hey, it's just trying anything and just seeing what we get. So we're not saying this is like the definitive proof that there's something here. You would be used to seeing the two ladies just that are sitting out in this other room, walking around here. Maybe you can give us their names. Can you acknowledge them, please? Woman? Yeah, there's a woman.
Gee, that era they're not going to acknowledge the girls.
I think it'd be a lot, because you'll be hearing it differently to we are, because we get a lot of the interference. And it might be interesting listening back. Can you tell us why you pushed somebody? You seem to, there's been reports of somebody being pushed in here. Did you mean to? Who was it? Who was it who pushed the lady in here? Alright, well we're going to turn it off. If you have talked to us, thank you. We'll listen back. You say goodbye? This is such an amazing house with an amazing history, and I think you have to be a member, do you?
Or a guest of a member.
Or a guest of a member. So if you know anybody who's a member or you want to become a member, then definitely come and have a meal and have a look at the place. It's just absolutely stunning. I can't say enough good things about this place.
So we're going to go in, we're going to do an Estes Experiment. The Estes Experiment, which is now called, is named after Estes Park, where Stanley Hotel is. And that's why we use it. So we take it one step further. So what we do is we don't look at the people, don't interact with the people, so we can't see what they're saying, how they're saying, or when they're saying it. It's really important, because sometimes if you see someone mouth a question, you can come straight back with an answer because you just hear it off of here. So timing wise, you can get a negative result. So what we're trying to do in this is sort of eliminate that. And that's what the Estes is designed to do. So it's pretty interesting when you get it. With the earlier session in there, the one that stood out was a number coming through. I thought that was really, really cool. So we'll see what we get in the kitchen. I think the girls have explained to you briefly what's happened in the kitchen. So,
Yep.
What was that?
Don't know.
That was something falling.
It's definitely weird.
I'm going to keep my eyes on the floor.
So hello everybody that's joined us. Sorry I'm not mentioning you by names, but I'm just looking to see if anything's fallen. Alright.
There's nothing that I can see that's hit the ground.
Why don't you go and stand the side where the figure was seen walking, and I'll stand this side where they saw it. What do you think?
There.
Because it came down through this way, didn't it?
It's saying nice through there again. To the other side.
So Craig's just going to stand where the figure was seen, and I'm standing where the person saw the figure. Come on, is anybody here? Just let us know. Anybody with us? What's your name? My name's Cag. That's a really strange name. What's your name?
Sir.
Oh, your name's Sir, which is fair enough. Hello, Sir.
Is that Mr. Rounsevell? Is that who Sir is?
Trap.
Trap. Mr. Rounsevell, if you're here, can you give us your first name, please? You have a beautiful, beautiful home.
Down there.
Down where?
5. Out. Get.
Well, there's 5 of us, yes. There's Craig, who's got
21.
the headphones. There's me, Cag, and the 2 ladies outside. But you should know them, they work here. That's my feet sticking a little bit to the floor. I'll get Craig a bit more in.
What's that?
That's probably just me walking. If it is you, sir.
Bullshit.
No, that's probably.
Piss off.
Oh, okay.
Boy.
Maybe he's talking about Craig. The boy's name, or the man's name that's got the headphones on, is Craig. If you say Craig, then I'll make him leave. Can you make him say his name, Craig? We don't mean to intrude. We do absolutely love your home. People are curious.
Children.
There's children? Who are the children? Are they your children? Are they the servants' children that are here?
Fuck me.
Sorry? See, this now we're getting very unusual for something to come out of a radio station. The interesting thing is they're not the words that would come out of AM radio station either, so... And by the way, guys, just going back to that word, we see it as a big swear word, fuck. But in the 1800s before, it was actually a word in history.
18.
Yeah, 1800s. And I think it meant fornication under command of the king, is basically what the word means.
Craig.
I don't know if you're aware of what was happening upstairs, but we've got a box that you can talk through, including that one that Craig's got in his hand. But we've got another one, so if you want to come out into the hallway with us, you can come and talk to us there.
My ears are breaking.
Apart from the swearing.
Well, what are we asking?
I don't think it fitted in with anything I was asking.
It was a different voice. As soon as that came out, there was a
I'll
barrage
come
of
around
3 or
because
4
that's...
words.
Yeah, I don't think it... Sorry. I don't think it was actually... I think we were talking children.
one of them was "fuck you" or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and piss off.
Because it was just a barrage of words coming out. And what was weird about it is, for most of it, is you could tell the voices coming through, because there were voices, and the voices seemed just to be, you know, radio. But there's a few that came over, and they concentrated in my left ear, and they came through that left headphone.
You know your kids were watching.
So strongly.
Going, hello, Daddy.
I'm sure it's past their bedtime. But yeah, it was really weird coming in through here, because it was like a very low pitched male voice coming in through the left earpiece. So that was weird, and that was a barrage of 3 or 4 words that came through.
Oh, we were asking them to say your name at the time, according to Abby.
My name came out at one point, I remember saying that.
You did? I didn't hear you say Craig.
It came through pretty clearly, so...
Because I was asking them to say your name, Craig, get you to say Craig, so that I could make you leave.
Well, it got Craig towards the end though, didn't it? I think at one point, did it say leave or get out or something? So, something like that.
Yeah.
But,
Craig, Shane's just said Daddy used a bad word.
well, I'm only repeating what's coming through on the ghost box. There was a shadow over there.
Was it?
Have you moved?
I did that. Does that do it?
Nope. Shadow was across here. Across the front. So straight across like that. The only reason I know it was there because I kept my eye on that, because I can't look straight at the camera. I was looking at that. And once that
Was
light,
it tall? Short?
just quick flash. It was at height. I couldn't see anything above it because there's no light source up here, but it was just like shadow. So if, for example, you had something very close to the light, like a bug went past the light source, it might possibly do that. But the problem was the only light source was over there, which looks like a pretty heavy duty light, and we were nowhere near that.
Well, I was over by the door, so I didn't...
Oh yeah, you weren't moving. I don't think you were moving anyway.
Well, you were looking right at me anyway.
Yeah. So it was, if you can see that, if it casts a shadow and you can see it was like that. Like that. That's how quick it was. So that was a little bit weird.
And Abby said Craig has seen something and he's admitting it live.
Well, the nature of the investigation is for me to conduct observations. And that was one.
Okay, what?
I thought it was me earlier. I was telling Craig
Yeah.
I put this voice recorder in the bar. Turned it on, said, right, okay, this is the man in the bar. You'll hear the fridges. Good luck for later.
Yeah.
I went back in, it was off, and I thought, maybe the battery's died. It shouldn't have done, because I checked the battery before I came out.
Yeah.
All right. So I left this one upstairs in the room where the little boy was sitting, where we investigated earlier. And I've just gone in to pick it up, and that was turned off.
Oh.
And it was on, and you can actually, I've just played, you can hear in the beginning of it where I've turned it off. It was
And the
on.
battery, it's still got battery.
Yeah,
power?
still got battery. Yeah, still got battery in it, but it was turned
So
off.
that's twice I've turned it off.
Yeah, so that's 2 different recorders in 2 different places that have been turned off.
No, that's a bit odd.
I've not had that before.
No. Do you know that we walked into your home tonight? Yes, you did. And you know, the first thing I did when I walked in this house was go, how beautiful this home is. Here. So many other people have lost their homes in time. At least this one's safe. It is.
Good.
Is that the lady of the house? Oh, that's it. You all have have to listen back to this, guys, because what I'm hearing and what you're hearing might be different. I love you, Beth.
Did you love Beth?
Do you want to play with the bowls? They're on the stairs. Can you push them?
So we're going to call it a night tonight. So thank you for joining us. We're going to pack up, and we just want to say thank you to the lovely ladies who brought us in here tonight. We won't say names because we have to keep them kind of quiet. Yes. So, but it's been absolutely beautiful.
It's a
And,
gorgeous,
it's just
gorgeous
such
building,
a
isn't
different
it?
place to come and do. I've just fallen in love with it. So definitely have. So hopefully we'll see you again on our next one. We'll let you know when it is, hopefully in a couple of weeks' time. And again, it'll be a mystery location until we get there. And yeah, we'll say goodbye to the nice people, Grace.
See you, everybody. It's been a pleasure.
Looks like play school.
No.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, children.
See ya.